Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're going to be killing your legs, and this is going to be honestly a great workout, but I want to preface by saying this: if you have bad knees by any chance, or you have a lot of crackling and kind of malfunctions going on with your knees, I wouldn't attempt this workout because it is heavily quad dominant and it will be tearing your quads apart. And when your quads are tearing and pulling a lot, it's going to be pulling your knees quite a bit, so it might agitate you. So I just want to preface on that so we don't start off on the wrong foot. However, if you got healthy, happy knees, by all means, feel obligated to obliterate your legs today, because this is going to be a really good one. As you can see right here, we're starting with the pre-exhaustion. We're going to have 2 sets of pre-exhaustion on the leg extensions, 10 reps. Nothing too crazy, but we want to just make sure we're working the blood into the muscle. Also, I didn't mention we got my buddy here, Jake from JakeBehanFitness. Go check his channel out as well. But like I'm saying, we're getting this blood plumping. It's great. You know, you got to get the whole entire leg complex circulating before your workout, whether it's this, a treadmill, or whatever. It's just good to get a warm up in. So then after that warm up, we did another pre-exhaustion of the single leg extensions. This gets all the 3 heads a lot better than you would when you're doing 2 legs at a time, because you get a lot more stress on the entire leg as opposed to just one or the other. And you have to stabilize a lot more, making your leg have to work that much more for the exercise to actually take place. One crucial thing I want to mention, like I said before, I believe, you don't want to kick the weight up. You want to squeeze the weight up. You want to really control the quad. You want to make sure that there's no breaking points, meaning that you're not locking out of the bottom, you're not locking out of the top. You have a constant string of tension on it. That way you're beating the hell out of your legs, okay? That's a really crucial part. Now moving on, we're going to warm up. We're going to start off with some front squatting. We're going to do 2 sets of 8 reps. Now, with the front squats, like I said before, if you got knee problems, front squats are probably not going to be your best bet, just because of the fact that the bar is in front. You're going to have a lot of pressure on the quads, which tends and inevitably tends to pull on the knee. So if you have knee problems and you got a lot of pain, you're not going to want to be doing this. However, feel free to watch this for future reference when you get your knee problems all situated. For those of you that don't have knee problems, but you might have other mobility problems, the front squat's going to be one of your best ways to find out where your weak points are. For me, in general, you're going to see that my elbows tend to fall down a little bit. Nothing too crazy, because I don't have that great of wrist mobility due to my long limbs. And I mean, I'm not going to make excuses, because that's going to get a hell of a lot better over this year. As long as everything goes as projected and I don't get injured by anything outside of the gym, I'll be fine for that. But now we're going into the front squat for 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Right now we got some pretty heavy weight on there, and no, we did not just start off at that. This is our last set, but because we just really didn't want to put too much time and emphasis on the front squat. But you want to make sure you're building up at a good pace, especially with these things. They're very tricky to get done correctly. You have to have a good enough thoracic mobility, and you have to have good flexibility in your wrists. As you see, Jake just does it a different way than I do. I personally think that you should do it the way that I'm doing it here, because it helps a lot more with thoracic extension. However, some people like Jake, they can't seem to get that mobility with their wrists and whatnot, because he even has longer arms than I do. So you can't fault him for that. It's just the way that his kind of disposition of his body is. But he's been working on it, and I know that he's going to get to a more normalized front squat soon. So he's just doing this right now so that he can continue front squatting without any issues while he mobilizes everything else. And I advise people like you to do the same thing. I mean, by all means, if you can't do it the way I'm doing it here, go ahead and do it the way Jake was doing it, so that way you can at least get some front squats in. All right, now we're going to be doing some stiff leg deadlifts. We're going to be doing about 6 to 8 reps on here as well, just so we got some nice volume in there. Make sure you're thrusting really hard with the hips, getting the hamstrings and the glutes fired up. We're going to start here at about 275 pounds, but that is not our first set. By all means, that was not our first set. Our first set was started at like 135 or 185. So like I said, don't feel obligated to start off that heavy. Whatever you can start off at, and then build your way up, so that way you don't injure yourself, and that way you get your best optimal workout in. Once you find that range, you can start going for the stars. But honestly, don't risk it if you can't do it. And also, as you see here, I took a brief pause because I was losing my grip. I didn't want to really risk my form. I wanted to keep a nice neutral spine and everything like that. So I made sure that I re-gripped. All right. And this is just us messing around personally. You don't have to do this. We just figure we throw this in there and wait. Hold on. Do you see that? Oh, fuck. All right. I mean, anyways, we just went for 315, tried to see how many times we could pull it. Jake got it about 4, maybe 5 times. I unfortunately did not. I got it twice. Like I said, I'm a little bit lighter than Jake by about 20 pounds. It's pretty marginable. And he also has a year or so on me lifting wise. So I was pretty pissed, but I did not end up getting that. Oh well. Now we're moving into our last exercise. Like we said, this is a bare bone workout, so we just wanted to keep it nice and simple. We're doing some walking lunges with some weights. I think we just had 10 pounds in our hands because our legs were already obliterated from all the volume we did with the leg extensions, the front squats, and then the stiff leg deadlifts. We just wanted to really burn it out, do some walking lunges back and forth. If you got like a hallway or something of that sort in your gym, or like us right here, we're in the front of the room, right in front of the treadmills. Perfect area. Just go right across, get some 10 pounds, 20 pounds, whatever you can do at the time, and walk your way across and walk your way back with these lunges. And at the end, sorry about that, guys. At the end, you're going to see that we said superset with heel taps. Now, in just a brief moment, you're going to see what a heel tap is, and I promise you, it's not going to be the most enjoyable thing. However, it's really effective. So you pretty much just come down to a lunge, hold yourself up there, and you just come to tap your heel. It seems really easy. It seems like, oh wow, well that doesn't look too difficult. So, I mean, I'll be able to do that easily. But don't let it fool you. Especially after your legs are burnt out, this is an obliterating workout. Like, completely shatters my entire leg complex. This is, I think, one of the things that really made me not able to walk the next day because, man, it's just brutal. Our boss actually had showed us that at one of our trainer workouts that we had. And I was like, wow, man, that doesn't look that bad. I mean, maybe I'll just give it a shot. It's just a heel tap. We did that after the walking lunges and all the other stuff, but we didn't have to do the same stuff as we did today, but we did other different leg workouts. And I'll tell you what, like, that stuff was no joke. Heel taps, they hurt. But as you can see, guys, this workout was very plain, very basic, but very effective. I promise you guys, if you try this and you keep your weights at a really decent level so that way you don't hurt yourself, but you get a good enough tear and you have a lot of resistance against you, you're going to be feeling it too. So you can enjoy the rest of the clip. And as always, my friends, take it easy.